welcome to the Talent Talk Show live in South Sudan capital Juba. In this edition of Talent Talk Show, I'm bringing to you one of the prominent artists that is none other than Emannuel Jal, and we're going to talk about peace in South Sudan and peace concert that is organizing in South Sudan capital Juba. My name is Emannuel Jal. Emmanuel, allow me to say I'm profoundly honored and exceedingly humbled to have you in this edition of Talent Talk Show. And to begin with, let our viewers know more about who is Emannuel Jal.
Well, my name is Emannuel Jal, and I'm a recording artist. I'm a South Sudanese, mostly a refugee, and also born in the 80s when our country was at war. And as you know, the war, 98% of every person in South Sudan lost somebody close, a brother, a sister, uncle, a friend. So we're all tied to this challenge. So, and I'm a musician. So, and at the same time, they would call me an activist, because I'm acting on things that I feel should be right. Yeah.
And how long have you been staying away in South Sudan?
So I've been away since 2012, and it's probably 10 years. Then I came back last year.
How does South Sudanese look like to you again?
There is a difference. What I feel, sometimes most of us would be so negative because we're just riding on the negative and fight. The difference I found when I came in December, everybody told me, oh, you're going to be hung, you're going to be shot, there's a known gunman. I said, look, if the known gunman do anything, he's doing it in my motherland. I am here, and I want to do activities. So I would go at night. At night, I'll talk to the soldiers, to the police, and some would recognize me. And then I'll go on there, jump on a border. And I said, look, the perception of those who are outside is so different. It's driven by so much fear that it creates several stories that pull us away from each other. For me, what I'm really, really grateful for is the opportunity President Kiir and Dr. Chad has given us. Now, the peace that they have signed has made it possible for me to come, and meet family, meet friends, start projects, Because what we really like for people like us is for government to give us that stability so we can do what we can. And I'm grateful for that.
In your own town, how can you describe peace?
Peace is when my belly is full. When there's food in my belly, that is peace. Peace is when a normal soldier gets his salary every month so they can take care of their family members. Peace is the traffic police, getting their salary every month. Peace is when conflicts are managed in a mature manner, that the violence is prevented. Peace is when 98% of South Sudanese are not beggars. We have dignity. If you look at it in reality, is during the war of the SPLA time, when we're fighting, our people have dignity. They have their resources, they committed it to the struggle, and they manage to push that. Those within the country, you have your cows, you have your goats, you have your chicken, you have your farm, you have your potatoes. They fed the soldiers. To me, I look at that, that was power. Now 98% of South Sudanese now are crippled. They're just sitting around. They're looking at the government to feed them. They're looking for security. So what I want, peace, is if we could reimagine South Sudan. How did our ancestors do it? Stability. When brothers against brothers fight, we know where we hide and we destroy. So I say, peace is this opportunity that I have right now, that I can come and talk to you freely.
Let's now talk about the peace concert that you are organizing. Most of South Sudanese youth and young people will ask, what triggered you to organize peace concert?
So the idea of peace concert was basically we come those to celebrate this opportunity and also motivate each other, inspire ourselves, and challenge our heart to go. So when war happened, everybody became reactional and emotional. But this time I'm 42. I'm not going to think like when I'm 30 or when I was 25. Now, wisdom has to be applied in case I meet different challenges. So the Peace Council it was supposed to be a fundraiser, which what it's supposed to do is once people buy tickets, we split it in 3 positions. One goes through education, and the other one goes through health, which is Juba Teaching Hospital, and the other one is we wanted to select 30 entrepreneurs that we could fund through this. It was also a way where you have collaboration with the business community, with the government people. We do the concept, arts. People have been in so much tension, so I've been performing here for 10 years, and that was the goal.
So there is hope for Peace Concerts now?
Yes, so the good thing is we just heard today that the government has given us approval, and they are going to work with us to make sure it's more safe. So one of the reasons is the fear is safety of the people, and how is it going to be done. And so there's many reasons that are out there, but if we have the government supporting the initiative of the Peace Concert of the artists, this is us putting our own funds. We lost money because of a decision that was made, and that we are small companies, we don't have resources, it's hard sweat resources, not money that we get from anywhere, just like that, and we lost it. But the good thing is our hope is restored, and the government is going to do on their effort to provide us the security for us to make.
If you look at tribalism in the Republic of South Sudan, do you think the rate of tribalism in South Sudan has been affecting your plans?
I would not say it's tribalism, because our people, South Sudanese, are amazing. I have the privilege that I can reach out to any South Sudanese with my problem, and they'll help me as a human being, not because I'm a tribe. If there's tribalism, you will not have that ability to reach out to any person. Now let's go to reality, because we're talking about the politics. You see, 70% of the population of South Sudan is made out of Dinka and Nuer. Is that right? That's according to you. According to the statistic.
Okay.
If you say Dinka are 4 million, and you say probably Nuer are 3.7 million, and our population is maybe 10 million, you do the math. So 70% of the population, according to the stats that are out there, is Nuer and Dinka. Now you go, 60% of the Nuer people support Dr. Machar, yeah, and 40% of that are supporting Kir. You go to 80% of the Dinka support Kir, 20% support Machar. Now where is tribalism there? Tribalism is mean you are just loyal to your tribe or not. So you can see, because of policies, each and every leader has their ideology, they have their own vision, they have their own way of convincing people. Then you have the other 30% will fall within the same ideology. Now, naturally, I happen to be from Nuer. Yeah? So majority of those automatic support will come from there. That means tribalism. Now, if you're going to talk about the tribalism, you go like in the military, who were fighting for President Kir? They are not fighting for President Kir. If you go to Machar, you'll find there are also Dinkas there. So the question of tribalism, it's a word that is used for people to get away with murder. The reality, you come to Juba, naturally we organize ourselves into your family, into where you can find your bread and butter. The South Sudanese, we have this concept that we're tribal. If you're tribal for real, why is somebody greeting and smiling with you and sharing what they have? Do you have, you have some Lutuko friends and Bari friends, do they share their money with you? Do they?
Always.
Yes, then how is that tribalism? So, we have a purpose embedded in each South Sudanese that we can work on. So the concept of tribalism is just imposed on us to walk along those lines.
Okay, Jal, if we are to talk about the Peace Concert, apart from Peace Concert that you're working for,
Yes.
What plans do you have differently apart from organizing Peace Concerts? What plan do you have for South Sudanese youth?
So the plans we have right now is we want to create jobs. That's why we started a bakery. And our bakery is to employ people. So we have, if you go directly, the impact that bakery is having, this Jal Brother company has like 50 people working under this small company. These are people, we have a small cafe here, we have another cafe here, we have a shop there, and then we have the bakery. You put the entire people that are benefiting from this small company, it goes up to like 50 people. Now, the other initiative we have is, look, wealth is built as a collective. Instead of giving somebody money every day, no, we identify individuals that are doing their own businesses. Some only want $50. Now, the bottom economy is controlled by foreigners, yeah? The middle economy is controlled by the foreigners. The top big businesses are controlled by foreigners. Now you find somebody like Benjamin Ball, that's the only big South Sudanese company that probably has an impact of 200 or 500,000 people employed. Do you see? So at least we have some few companies that are there, but the economy is built by the bottom. So when we say I would say a nation is great when there's great people is in it. Leadership is a reflection of the people.
Thank you so much, Jal. We have a lot to talk about with you, but
Yeah.
because of time, let me just shorten it in a way that majority of South Sudanese are looking unto you as an inspiring artist, actor, as you mentioned in your words. And people will be like, why is Jal starting with the bakery, not a recording studio for other artists maybe? I don't know whether you have a recording studio in Juba, but why bakery? Is it because the stomach first and then music later?
You see, bread, yeah? That bakery will generate income for us to our recording. That bakery is a business that runs without me. You see, when you are an entrepreneur, you create a system that works when you're not there. Now we have a bakery. It put little money in my pocket. How many times would I continue singing? If I'm not singing, the bakery give me money. If my music is not bringing me money, bakery can get some little money and shoot a music video. Most artists can spend 30 years broke selling an image that is not there. So, in terms of the young people, put food first. As long as there's food in your belly, now you can think. An empty belly does not know law. Can you imagine if I'm not eating in Juba and I don't have access? I'm going to be dangerous. I'll probably jump and wild and bite everybody. But when there's food in the belly, now we can laugh, we can listen to the joke, we can plan. So, I want to come to South Sudan not to take away from what is there, but to step in with abundance and create jobs. Through my streams of income, I'm traveling, I go out, I get perform, and I come here. So, and also, what I'm doing now here, would have not been possible if there is no peace. Would have not been possible if the government did not give me opportunity. You see, the most important thing that I should look, what I'm really grateful about is nobody's coming here to bother me, Jal set up a bank, they shut it down. Do you think there's something to be grateful about? We create jobs. Most of us are sitting idle there, doing nothing. If there's a policy that our government could bring, that if you have no job, I'll find you a job, that would be good. Nobody should just, if you don't have job, you'll be arrested. We should have like a plantation field, like a sugar plantation, a kudra plantation, all who have no job are taken there and you're on a payroll monthly. If you find a better job, you'll come back to the city. Nobody. That would be great. I'll be one of them. Because like everybody's idle there.
Yeah.
Like if you're on a salary, you are the doctor, you are the legal protection, you are the one providing transport, you're providing food, you're providing health, you're providing education. Our people are crippled. We have to come with a new move to inspire them. But that can only happen if the government provides stability. If there is peace in Malakal, if there is peace in Bor, if there is peace in Europe, if there is peace in Rumbek, if the government puts that into place, then 95% of our people will have their power. Giving power to the people is providing stability. No, nobody wants to eat. Why all people in the city? Because they think there's opportunity and there's high chances of staying alive.
If I'm to drag you in, let's talk about how much you are injected in to organize peace concert and how much are you expecting in return?
So the peace concert, our estimated was about $120,000. That's what we're injecting in it. But the more you weigh, if you're going to take it down 6 months the line or 7 months organizing it, you realize you spent probably $200K in doing and mobilization and marketing and hiring and getting the team, energy, and liquidity. And if it doesn't happen in the timeline, that's money we lost. So it has impacted us economically. Now, and I wish if that's the reality that our government understands, like you hit us economically, it's not good for the country. Because we're creating jobs. You know, the more jobs we create, we're taking stress away from people going down to curse the system because they get their food on the belly. Those who are full in their belly, do you think they're going to go riot? What for? You know, those who are not eating are the one. As long as the biggest fear is this. The biggest fear we have right now is that the traffic police getting paid £5,000 a month, $5 a month, and they don't get their salary. That's the biggest threat for every citizen. Because you're going to drive there, they'll ask you for something small. You know? Now, if majority of the people's belly is not full, we are not far away from another war. It just requires to have another revolutionary leader to come and convince and we have another rebellions. Rebellions can be prevented by making sure we have stability and the majority of the people are standing on their feet. And we encourage people to go back home, plant their crops, take care of their animals, and taking development to them. You know, free healthcare, free education, you know. The issue is not the president. The issue is us. Those who have knowledge, those who have learned, they are not applying it well. They are not giving the right advice. They are just mobilizing people. The issue is the people. If you have great people in the country becomes great. So we cannot just go, this person did this. What are you doing as a person to make your country good?
Okay, Jal, as we end...
I'm not saying you, but I'm talking about who is
listen.
What is your contribution to making this country great, apart from complaining? Yes.
Thank you so much, Emannuel Jal, to let you go, and thank you so much for attending this edition of Talent Talk Show on SABC. Before I let you go, what could be your message to South Sudanese youth, and what could be your message to aspiring South Sudanese artists outside there that are watching at you right now?
Yeah. So, my thing to young people is imagine. Lie down and imagine. What you imagine to bring in this world is called vision. And when there's no vision, people perish. What is it that you want to bring here? Now, when you imagine it, the second part is what is it you're willing to give without expectation? Now, that's called purpose. You know? The third thing is identify what your mission is, objectives and your goals and your plans to allow you to go forward. When you wake up every day, learn something that can empower you to achieve your goal. Now, most young people, you want quick success. You get a degree in university, you want to be the president, you want to be that. What is your track record? There's no shortcut. What is your vision? What is your purpose? What is your mission? What is your plan in the next 30 years? Where do you see yourself? What's your goal of the year? What's your goal of the month? What's your goal of the week? What's your goal of the day? Does your activities that you do every day align with your purpose, your vision, and your goals for the day? If they don't, you're going nowhere. You cannot expect to change when you're doing the same thing. You cannot expect to solve a problem with the same way you're doing it every day using those same tools. That's what I can say. When you walk in your purpose with clear defined goals and a burning desire to act, success will follow you like your shadow. In terms of changing my career, I'm a recording artist, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a storyteller. I'm in that field, you know. But sometimes we do activities that can show us a new opportunity in the future to walk in. You know, you never know. Now I step here like you have social capital. What do you do with that? So in terms of future, my vision is to share my experiences for social, emotional learning to create conscious global awakening, and that is through the arts, business, and philanthropy. So anything that I do will be a story to be told, to take people ahead in life.
Thank you so much for humbling yourself to have this time. Dear viewers, thank you so much. We have come to an end of this edition of Talent Talk Show on SABC. In this edition, we have been talking about peace in the Republic of South Sudan and peace concert that is being organized by Emannuel Jal. It has been postponed before, and as we heard in his words, that the government of the Republic of South Sudan has approved the opportunities of conducting peace concerts in the Republic of South Sudan. The time and date is yet to be fixed, and you will be alerted as time goes by. Thank you so much. I've been your host, Majur Cholkur, and my guest was Emannuel Jal, one of the prominent artists in the Republic of South Sudan. We say we love you all, and peace be with all of you.